All right, so the question then comes to be asked by Moreland is which view makes better sense of reality, right? That's what the claim is you have your religion and I have science. Let's see which one wins the day, which one wins out. And so all right, well, not just, whether you can build the best shoe or, get flying cars to actually fly for once. We're going to ask which avenue can we take to explain it all, the whole kit and caboodle. So the nature of the assumptions of science do not prove the existence of God, very much like the God of the Bible. But in his view, they provide reasons for preferring theism over scientific naturalism. The assumptions are at home in the theistic worldview, and they fit quite, well, naturally. If God is himself a rational being, then it stands to reason that he would create a rational, orderly universe. If he created us, then it naturally follows that he would give us the proper faculties to know and appreciate the inner workings of his world by thinking his thoughts after him. The existence of objective values makes far more sense if there is an objective lawgiver than if there is not. And again, we talk about this when we talk about the evidence that the ability to know even truth exists in an evolutionary worldview. When evolution, the whole claim is to not make you smarter or righter, but to make you survivable. And so you're not granted truth in that. In fact, we should see various forms of people experiencing different forms of reality left and right in order to fit them best into their own environmental establishment, and then hopefully find a mate within that can pass along those genes. But that's not what we find. We find people interacting with nature how we do, with reality, believing it's true, believing that there's materialism, believing that there's values that govern those, and that we're able to know them and have truthful claims about them. So it seems like that for coming up with a claim for all of reality to be able to know it, just that claim alone, it seems like deism or the Christian God offers that very balanced point in his favor.
Right. So notice what at least his argument is the best explanation for, let's say, a rational, orderly universe is theism, right? As opposed to chance or whatever, right? The best explanation for our cognitive faculties being able to do what they do is theism, right? We're thinking God's thoughts after. The best explanation for moral values, objective moral values, he says, is theism. And so again, he thinks that, given these things, the theistic position is superior in terms of the best explanation. He says if we begin in the beginning, there was the logos, then we have reasonable explanations for these various assumptions. But he says if we begin with in the beginning were the particles or plasma or strings or whatever, it is hard to see how these assumptions could have obtained. And so for at least these reasons, he believes the rational person must reject weak scientism.
Right. So it's not so much the claim of science as you were putting your hand up, but it's those assumptions underneath it that build it up. Well, let's take a step back and talk about the assumptions, and then let's figure out the structure of an atom. In fact, maybe people that hold to a understanding that God has created the universe might be curious in what fashion he's created the universe, and maybe there's going to be some sort of revolution of a scientific nature that comes about as a result of a group of people that believe those and come about and build it up. And then other people come along after those men have made that scientific revolution and take credit for it because everyone else is dead and they've taken over the institutions that those men built up. Well, obviously that could never happen, but in our sci-fi world, maybe that would be a story for somebody to tell.